Good afternoon, family. Thanks for checking out today's video. If you're new here, my name is Jonathan, and I started this channel as a way to record my progress as I work towards my goal of losing 300 pounds in 3 years. If you'd like to join the family, hit that subscribe button down below. Also, click on the bell icon so you get alerted when I go live or post new videos. If you'd like to participate on the discussion, you can join me most weekdays when I go live on YouTube around 4 p.m. Central Time, or outside of my live streams, you can consider joining the Discord I created. There's a link for that down in the description below. Also, down in the description below is a link to a Pinterest board. Many times people ask me what foods I am eating to help me lose weight, and that Pinterest board is a great place to find some of our favorite whole food plant-based recipes. Today is day 843 of my 3-year challenge to lose 300 pounds. I've used a combination of extended water fasting and a whole food plant-based salt, oil, sugar-free diet to lose over 245 pounds so far. I have a little over 8 months left to go to reach my goal weight. I'm very excited about getting to my goal and then spending the rest of my life at a healthy weight. If anybody has any non-scale victories they'd like to share, I'd love to hear your non-scale victories. If you have any on-scale victories, I love those as well. If you are struggling with your diet, what is causing your struggles? What are you struggling with? If you're succeeding with your diet, what's causing your success? Let us all know what you're doing to succeed. And at the end of the day, what are some things that you are going to do that will make staying on your diet easier than the alternative? All right, let's switch over to this main screen here. Hello, Pretty Girl's mom. Carrie checking in here. Cindy says, hi, everyone. Saw your presentation on the truth about weight loss. Your transparency is very inspiring. Thank you so much, Cindy. Plants Only Muncher. Hello, Pretty Girl's mom. Let's see. Yes, and hello. All right, so yeah, I was one of the speakers or one of the presenters on today's Truth About Weight Loss Summit. Hello to Our Tiny Acres. I had a great time participating with the summit and being interviewed. And then today it was nice to be on there and to interact with the people that were watching it live. I'm pretty sure Pretty Girl's mom was on there. Yes, she was on there, and Carrie was on there. And I know I saw some other people that normally are comment on videos, like Rosemary and some other people that were watching the video as well. So I hope you guys enjoyed my interview. I'm not much of a public speaker in that way, or doing a presentation. It wasn't ironed out. I was missing a slide at one point, and lots of ums and losing my place and trying to get back on track. But overall, I really enjoyed the interview and talking with Chef AJ. Carrie was laughing because I have this big Instagram logo on my screen here, and I had it on the screen the whole time during the interview, and I didn't even notice it, or I didn't realize it at the time. But during the presentation, my phone was blowing up because a bunch of people started following me on Instagram because of the presentation. So there was a lot of people watching it, and so that's interesting to see the number of times that my phone beeped saying I had a new follower on Instagram. So I'm going to have to get more active on Instagram now with all these new followers. I do not post a lot of content on there, but maybe that'll be a good spot for me to post some of these food photos that I take every day, because I have a ton of food photos on my phone now. Plants Only Muncher here says, you've not watched the summit yet. You'll catch on the replay. Yeah, is worth checking out. I am the last interview of the, or actually on the website, you'll just be able to click on my photo and just see my interview. It'll be available for the next 20 or so hours once the summit starts back up tomorrow. You won't have access to the replay unless you purchase the package to get access to the videos forever. Let's see, the big things during the interview that I'm, was happy to get across or talk about was, how volume eating and calorie density have changed my life and how they've given me new life that I don't know that I would have had without finding out about it. And in some ways, I feel like I knew for years that I needed a larger volume of food to eat, but I didn't understand how to use that to my advantage or to use it to help me to lose weight. I can remember I was just out of college, and I know I was suffering from my sleep apnea pretty bad at the time, and staying up late watching late night TV shows or late night infomercials and seeing a diet program or a diet pill that you could buy this pill and it would help you magically lose weight, like so many of them advertise they do. Cindy just donated $19.99 through Super Chat. Thank you so much, Cindy. I appreciate it. It says you're a rock star. Thank you. That your support is amazing and I appreciate it. Yes, thank you so much, Cindy. But when I was younger, I was watching this infomercial and I ended up ordering the product off of it. It was something I don't know if it would have been something I was able to go online or if I would have had to have called in and order it. But the pill wasn't anything special about the pill except for that it advertised that you would take the pill once the capsule dissolved, that the pill itself would expand in your stomach and be like a large cotton ball in your stomach, essentially, or it would take up space in your stomach. And then you'd have these pills, or you would take them prior to eating, like an hour before you ate, so that it would take up some of your stomach space and help you feel full faster. And I remember ordering these pills thinking that, maybe that's what I need. And then I only took them one time. And I can just remember thinking or realizing, like, I have no idea what I'm putting in my body with this. Like, it's just plastic, essentially, or it's cotton balls. And I got weirded out by it. But I knew back then when I was in my 20s that I needed a larger volume of food. And I thought that maybe that would help solve that problem. And kind of what Chef AJ had said multiple times so far throughout the summit was that it's not that you need to make your food smaller. You need, you don't need to make your stomach smaller. You need to make your food bigger. And by focusing on volume eating and calorie density, that's what I've done. I've made the food bigger. It's larger amounts of food. It's larger portions of food. And by being able to eat that, I feel more satisfied at the end of the day, and I kind of had said in the video, I go to bed full, and maybe it's not full, but I go to bed satisfied. I go to bed not feeling this hunger in my stomach and not thinking, well, I can just go to bed and I can start eating again tomorrow, because that's how my day ended with a lot of other diets. That at the end of the day, I would be like, well, I'll just go to bed and then I'll be able to eat first thing in the morning. And your body gets tired of doing that. It's just like undersleeping. It's just, under eating, underfeeding catches up. And over time it weighs on your body and it causes a toll, So I was really happy that I got to talk about calorie density, got to talk about volume eating. I feel like those are very important aspects to actually losing weight and successfully losing weight. Another thing that Chef AJ had pointed out during the video or during the interview was the idea that, that having to let go of the idea that the diet that you're eating to lose weight is not the same as the diet that you're going to eat once you get to a healthy weight. And that mentality is built into all other diets because all these other diets know that they aren't sustainable. They know that they're great for helping people lose weight, but the only people that could really sustain that diet are people that weigh 90 pounds because they can live off of those few of calories. But somebody who's 200 pounds or somebody who's 300 pounds, they cannot sustain a diet of 1,200 calories for the rest of their life. And so they feed this idea that it's just for now. It's just till you get to your goal weight, and then you can go back to the way you used to eat. Well, if the way you used to eat was beneficial, then you wouldn't have gotten so overweight like I did, and so you have to understand that your diet needs to change forever. It's not just going to change for this month or the next couple months. It's going to be something that you need to focus on it forever. And what I find or have found is that I'm very excited about being better at my diet and becoming better at eating this way. And that when I started, I was succeeding and I was seeing great weight loss, but I didn't know half of the things that I know now that are going to get me to my goal. And it's that continuing to learn and continuing to make the changes in my diet that are going to get me to my goal and to help keep me at my goal. It's not something where I can I can eat this way, and then when I get to the goal, I get to start eating fast food and junk food and things like that, because that's just going to lead me back to where I was. And I don't want to be there. I want to be as far away from there as I possibly can. So, like she said in the video, that's really a key part of it, or it might be the real truth about weight loss, is that it's not a temporary change. You need to make permanent changes to your diet if you want to see permanent changes to your life. Christy M, hello. I hope you're having a great day. We're just going over the Truth About Weight Loss Summit interview that I did today with Chef AJ. And then, what my truth about weight loss was at the end. And it's the same as I think Tim Kaufman's was the other day. And it's that anybody can do it. Anybody can lose the weight. Like, there's nothing that makes me any more special. The only thing that makes me special that I was able to, have a goal of losing 300 pounds is that I got to the point where I was running around or walking around or laying around with 300 extra pounds on my body. But there's nothing special about me or Tim or Chuck Carroll or Tammy or any of the other people that have been interviewed on the summit, other than that we've made the change and we've been able to stick with it. And that's something that really anybody can do. Anybody can make the change and stick with it. Cindy here says that what you've enjoyed from watching the presenters at the summit is learning all of the nuances for this type of lifestyle, and you're constantly learning. Yes, and that was something that I noticed on the live chat during the interview, was when I put up my list of books that I've listened to over the past 2 years, how much people were like, oh, I need to look at that list. That list is great. I love those books. Like, all of the people that were watching the summit, or many of the people that were watching the summit, are trying to become lifelong students, and they love to see the the stream of books that keep coming out and that are on there. Tammy here says that the summit interview was great. Thank you. Thank you, Tammy. I had a lot of fun doing it. And then Pretty Girl's mom says, you wonder how many plant-based or whole food plant-based CEUs. I don't know what CEUs we get for watching the summit. Christy here says that you're enjoying the summit. You're behind, but you bought it so you can catch up whenever you want. That's great. Yeah, you'll be able to check out some of those older videos and see them. And I think I've been able to watch most of the ones that I was wanting to see. And it was good. Continuing education units. There we go. How many whole food plant-based continuing education units we get for watching the summit. Yeah. And, I kind of brought that up briefly yesterday when talking about, like, I don't have any credential, like right now my credential is that I've lost 245 pounds, but I'm not a nutritional, I haven't studied nutrition or gone to school to become a doctor or things like that. But at the same time, I've spent a lot of time continuing my education, listening to these books, watching these summits. And even though I didn't spend, between the time I was 18 and 24 studying nutrition and studying diet, I feel like I've learned a lot, and I feel like I know a lot about dieting, and that's something that watching these summits, things like that, it's all great education. It's great knowledge to learn. And like Cindy says, that there's so many nuances, there's so many different ways to do it, or different kind of philosophies. Like one person will be on there talking about worrying about portion control or portion size, and then I'm on there saying I eat as much as I want. Well, it might be that I can eat as much as I want right now because I'm still 50 pounds overweight, but when I get down to being 20 pounds or 30 pounds overweight, maybe I'll be talking about limiting food windows or portions. But for me right now, this is what works. And for somebody else, they might have to make a little bit different adjustment or change in how they eat or their diet than what I do. But we're all individuals, and it is going to be a bit nuanced for each of us. But I think that if we all kind of agree on the whole food plant-based, the no salt, the no oil, the no sugar, that you're going to see very good results from a lot of those people. Tammy here says that it was through Tim Kaufman that you had found out about a whole food plant-based diet 4.5 years ago. That's great. And that's really one of the cool things that I enjoyed about listening to his interview. Was he yesterday's interview or the day before? I can't remember. But the Tim Kaufman, I've been following him on YouTube. He just did a juice fast recently. But it's really neat that he's been doing it for so long, and I started this like the same time. Like, he was talking about his timeline, and he started eating this way at 38 years old. I started eating this way at 38 years old. He's had some other medical issues and addiction issues that I haven't suffered from, but to see him to have done this 10 years ago and to still be seeing the benefits from it, and to still be able to say that he's able to eat this way, and that he's still training to do, these crazy triathlons that he's training to do. It's really awesome. And that's something that, as I go with this, I'm more excited to keep sharing my story and becoming somebody who's been doing this for 4.5 years to 9 years to 10 years to 15 years, to have it to be able to say that I've stuck to it or I've been at it for that long is what I'm looking forward to. And it's not something that I realized or thought about before I started doing this, but it's really, if I wanted this channel or this process to be successful, it's going to require that kind of commitment, and it's going to require, that's going to be the result. Like if I were to successfully lose the weight I want to lose within 3 years, then for me to be happy, I should be still talking about it 5 years, 10 years, 15 years down the line. And I love seeing examples like Tim Kaufman of people that are doing that, and they give me a road that I could potentially follow, because I don't see that with a lot of other diets. I don't see people standing there toting the benefits of a keto diet after 15 years, or the benefits of eating a paleo diet after 5 years, or even the Mediterranean diet, like sticking to the Mediterranean diet for 10, 15 years. There's not YouTube channels of people that are, Mediterranean diet saved my life, and you see that with other diets, you see that with plant-based, you see that with keto and carnivore, but are they still writing that 10 years later? I think this keto carnivore thing is so new that there's not a lot of people that have been doing it for 5 years or 10 years. And I don't know that there's going to be. I don't think I would have been somebody who would have been able to stick with it for that long. But this way of eating is sustainable. Like, that's the thing that is different. It's, people talk about cravings. How do you deal with cravings? Well, I don't have cravings because I don't get hungry enough to have cravings. I eat when I'm hungry, and I eat the food that's around me, and I just keep food around me that is adequate or acceptable on my diet. So I don't feel like I'm having cravings for things. Like, my cravings is that, it must be time to eat. Where's the potatoes? Where's the broccoli? Where's the oatmeal? Where's the vegetables, the salads, the things like that. So, and he was yesterday's. Yeah. So, yeah, I liked his interview, and both him and Chuck Carroll, I feel like lots of similar things going on with food and binging, and just kind of the relationship we had with food, the accessibility of it, and the ease of going to it is crazy. So yeah, that was the interview yesterday. Let's see, I guess I could talk a little bit about food, and then we're going to have, let me pull this up so we can talk about food since yesterday. Last night's dinner. Oh, we had one of the dinners that I've really enjoyed us having recently, and this is like a red lentil chili that we've had a few times in the past couple months. It was kind of a pain to get cooked in the Instapot yesterday. Our Instapot kept giving a burn warning, and the lentils definitely weren't cooked while it was giving the burn warning, so we dumped a bunch more water in it. Finally got it to cook, but the lentils probably could have been done more, but I still really enjoyed it, even with them not being perfectly cooked and it having a little bit of burntness to it. Carrie says she's been struggling with that chili lately, and she was very worried that it wasn't going to be any good. I enjoyed it. That's something that I enjoy so much of this food, even when it's not perfect. Even, there's so many great flavors in it, and they were able to come across. But that was dinner yesterday. I didn't take any photos but I did have some fruit right when I got home, some bananas, apples, oranges. And then for dessert last night, we had, oh, I took like a video here. It's sideways. We had the cobbler that we've been making. We had it with a different mix last night. There's blueberries and strawberries in there. I think there might even be cherries in it as well. But that's just a different cobbler than we'd had the last few days. So I had that as a dessert last night. Then this morning, had the broccoli for breakfast before the oatmeal. I've been starting my day with broccoli. I enjoy it. I think today I ate it about 10 a.m. I've been pushing my beginning or my starting feeding window a little bit. So today it was about 10 a.m. and then had our savory oatmeal. For the second half of my breakfast. Then for lunch, there is 5 potatoes there and a whole bag of steamed broccoli underneath it here. And so that was lunch today. So lots of wonderful food since yesterday that we had. Let's see. B here says Dr. Hannah on the Truth About Weight Loss Summit was so pro sugar. You felt like some people on the summit didn't deserve to be there because they're just brainwashed and didn't support the truth. Yeah, I didn't see Dr. Hannah's interview of all of them. I know the interview today, I think he was very against sugar. But yeah, you know, people have different nuance and different things that they recommend. I have been a big fan of abstaining from sugar. I haven't found any benefit for me at this point for having sugar to to my diet and for my weight loss. So and it's tough to know, you know, with the summit, it's all about weight loss, you know, and so that's what I think the focus should be. And I think that having excess sugar isn't going to help promote weight loss. You know, it's maybe, oh, system did something weird. Okay. And then Plants Only Muncher, you said you add 6 to 7 cups of water to a 1 pound bag of lentils in the Instapot. Yeah, that was something that we just needed more and more water to get those lentils cooked yesterday. But I enjoyed the food that came out in the end. So it was enjoyable. It was good for food last night. I'm trying to see. I don't have a ton to talk about today. I'm nervous. It's a weigh-in tomorrow. I know it's going to suck. I know I'm going to gain weight. I don't know why I'm going to gain weight. There's really only 2 different things that I can think of that would be causing me to not eliminate all of the food that I'm eating, because that's the only thing I can think of it being. And really the only things I can think of that have been different about my diet was a couple days ago we had rice and beans, and I'm thinking we didn't have rice for a while before that, and it's been a while since then that we've had rice. So I don't know if the rice did anything or that had any effect. And then the other thing that we had that was a bit out of the ordinary in the last few days was we had a salad. We had a big spinach green leafy salad that I'm thinking that maybe it backed me up, like, because it had been, you know, we eat spinach all the time. But usually it's cooked, whereas in the salad it was uncooked, and it was a lot of greens, I guess, versus, you know, as a ratio than what my normal diet or my normal eating is. but I noticed it from Sunday. I had come into work on Sunday to do some things and hopped on the scale and was really surprised to see that my weight was up. And so it's come down since Sunday, but it's likely going to be up again tomorrow, or it's going to be higher than the 272.8. So I'm bracing for that. I'm not overly concerned about any weight gain in any kind of week-long period, especially when I know I've been compliant on the diet and that I've changed nothing. I guess, like I said, the only thing that's changed is maybe we hadn't had rice in a little while and maybe that backed me up, or we haven't had the green, the spinach and the kale, and maybe that backed me up. But, and it doesn't feel, like I'm, I know it's impossible for me to have gained a couple pounds of fat because I haven't really even consumed that much. So it's either I'm retaining fluid or I'm retaining food in some way. Cindy here says that I need to throw on my arm brace so I can have that 15-pound excuse. Yes, I'll have to throw the arm brace on so that I have that excuse of the added weight, or I'll have to weigh in my underwear so I don't have any excess weight on me, right? But yeah, so it sucks that it's going to happen, but I still have another 8 days or 7 days left this month to kind of get that weight off. And I feel like it will come off very quick. Plants Only Muncher, he said, I'm overthinking everything. Yes, I am. And you're on the right track. And that's what's important. Yeah. And if I was really like overly concerned about it, I would just stop eating and I would fast this evening and I would fast tomorrow, and I would, see how much weight I could lose through fasting for 24 hours. But I'm not going to do that. I did that in the first year. I messed with, I want to see a weight loss this next week. I'll fast for 24 hours and then I'll see a weight loss, and it would work. But then I would kind of rebound afterwards, because I wasn't actually losing fat when I did that, and I would lose some fat. I would burn some fat, I suppose, because my body would switch to burning fat. But that's not all the weight that I would lose. A lot of the weight I would lose would be in that there's less volume of food in my stomach and in my digestive tract, and that's where the weight loss is. And that's not real true weight loss. So I'm not going to worry about it too much. I'm still going to eat a regular dinner tonight. I'll probably still have a dessert after dinner. I'll eat fruit like I normally do. So, Pretty Girl's mom says that I sniffed the food at the pool party. I ate raw broccoli. Maybe it was the raw broccoli. That's what it is. I ate 5 pounds worth of raw broccoli at that birthday party, and that's what caused me to gain all the weight. I knew it. Carrie here says the weight fluctuates all the time. It wouldn't stress too much. I know I'm not supposed to stress too much. And I have been killing it lately. I really have. Like I've, since I think when I was doing the interview, and at the end of the interview, Chef AJ says something about how I had lost 230 pounds. And I was like, that was 15 pounds ago. That was forever ago. But I did lose a lot of weight here doing Chef AJ's reboot and over the course of the past few weeks. So to see a little bit of a rebound isn't going to hurt me too much, or it's not going to kill me to have a little bit of a weight gain. And it's been a while. It's been, I feel like it's been maybe almost 2 months since I've not seen weight loss each Wednesday. So, it'll be good to have that. It's just, I stress because I want to get to my goal by that date, and it's such an arbitrary date at this point, but I still would really like to reach it because that's what I set out to do when I started the channel. So yeah, that's going to be, hey, what's going on, Janet? I'm just getting ready to get off of here today. I talked about the Truth About Weight Loss Summit. If you haven't had a chance to check out that interview, make sure you go check out you go to the truthaboutweightloss.org. You'll be able to watch my interview for the rest of the day today. If you purchase the package from the summit, you'll be able to access it forever. Yeah, it was good to be on there. Great to kind of share my story. And I appreciate all you guys that have supported me. That was one of the comments somebody did make was, how was or how important was the, having the YouTube channel. And that was a big part of my success, I believe, and the diet, staying on the diet inherently makes it easy to stay on because I get to eat a large volume of food, and that's what I want to do. But having you guys as support and you guys as accountability has kept me on diet, and it's helped me to keep getting back on track. That whole second year where I was having those issues, where I was trying these foods that were off plan, having this channel is what kept me back on, kept me to, or pushing me to get back on track and to stay focused. And so I appreciate your guys' support. It makes a huge difference. And it really has been great. But I'm going to get out of here. If you have not subscribed to the channel, make sure you get subscribed to the channel. If you've not clicked on the bell icon, make sure you click on the bell icon so you get alerted when I go live or post new videos. If you've not hit the thumbs up on this video, hit the thumbs up, hit the like button, and comment down below. If you watched today's summit, what was your favorite part about the summit, or what's been your favorite part about the last 4 days of the summit? Maybe not just today. And if you have not started your diet yet, get started right now. It's so important, guys. That's one of the real truths, is that you're never going to lose any weight as long as you're not starting. Like, you're never going to see any weight loss success until you get started. And you can't expect to see any weight loss success till you get started. So if you want to see weight loss success, get started right now. Nobody gets to their goal, looks back and says they wish they would have waited either. So get started now, guys. I will be back on tomorrow for Weigh-In Wednesday, and then we'll do a recap live video at 4 p.m. So you guys all have a great afternoon. I'll talk to you later.